After some time together, Uchenna asked Onye to marry him. She agreed even before he asked, "Are you willing to go on this journey with me? I really want you to be happy. I know your happiness is with your family, but you are my happiness, Onye. I can't live without you." Uchenna said, "No, my happiness is with you. I have never felt this love until I met you. You love and take care of me without requesting anything in return. I'm ready for anything. I want to be with you. I have loved you even before you knew me. My mind is made up. Don't convince me otherwise." Onye said. Uchenna was happy that she did not refuse him. He prepared himself and asked some people around the village to accompany him to see Onye's family. Many of them declined because they knew how dangerous that was. Only 3 brave men agreed to go with him. When they arrived at her family house, her parents asked, "What can we do for you, young man?" "I have come to ask for your daughter hand in marriage." Immediately he said that, Onye's brothers and relatives began to destroy the drinks and food they have brought with them. They beat him up. Uchenna was severely injured. It was by the intervention of the brave men that Uchenna survived the attack. After Uchenna left, Onye was restless. Her family banned her from seeing Uchenna, but Onye cared little or less about what they said. She was only worried about Uchenna's health. When everyone had gone to sleep, Onye went to Uchenna's house with some of her clothes. When she saw how injured he was because of her, she felt tears in her eyes. "I'm so sorry you got hurt because of me," she said sadly. "Don't be, my love. I expected this outcome." Onye helped Uchenna treat his wounds and massage his body. Back in the village of Umunka, it was time for eziogo festival. It's held every 7 years between the king, chiefs in council, and the chief priest. Its purpose is to ensure that every public figure or someone with high office does not associate themselves with bad things, does not bear false witnesses, does not lie, or involve himself with illegal things. The priest will make the food for the festival, which is roasted yams and palm oil with a secret herb in it. When everything was prepared and everyone present, the festival began. Chief Iwedunobi took just the yam and avoided the palm oil. The priest looked at him in a weird way. "Iwedunobi, take it with the palm oil," he said. Iwedunobi reluctantly took from the palm oil and ate. Suddenly, he was coughing and was choking up on the food. The priest knew he had desecrated the vow he took. He gave him a liquid substance which was meant to relieve him. When he felt better, he was asked to confess, and he did. The council was so disappointed in him. "You plot against your brother because of your father's wealth that wasn't yours to begin with. Why, Iwedinobi? Why?" One of the council members said. "Poor Uchenna, he was made to go through this because of your greed. Lock him up," the king ordered. The king immediately sent out men to go out to different kingdoms to look for Uchenna and bring him back home. When Uchenna and Onye woke up, Onye suggested that they elope together to where nobody would fight their love, but Uchenna refused. I will not dishonor you and your family, Onye. I must fulfill the marriage rite, Uchenna said. You saw how bad the first attempt was. A second might end in murder. I will not allow you to take such risk. In my village, when a girl likes a man and the family refuse their union, they go to the village deity to present the complete things needed for the marriage. If the deity accepts, they will be married. But when it refuses, they both will die. I would like us to go to my village deity, Onye said. Uchenna wants nothing but to marry Onye, but this one is risky. But if Onye is willing to go with it, so is he. When he was fit enough, they went to the deity with everything, and to their utmost joy, their offerings was accepted. When rumor went out that Onye has married Uchenna, Onye's family was furious. How could our daughter marry that outcast behind our backs? They agreed to visit Uchenna's house very early the next day. Already, Uchenna and Onye are planning to elope the next morning. They already gave out most of the things they had, especially their foodstuffs. The men that King Okenwa from Umunka village sent arrived at Amafo kingdom and had an audience with the king. They told him everything. The king sent his guards to direct them to Uchenna's house. Uchenna heard a knock on the door and went to open it. To his surprise, he saw the king's guards and some people from his village. "What are you doing here?" he asked, surprisingly. "We have a message from our king. He asked that you come back with us." "Why? I was banished years ago. Why now?" Uchenna asked. The men briefed him about everything. Eziogo festival. He knows it. So Iwe was responsible for my pain. I cannot believe it. After all these years, he did not even look for me, his only brother. This explains everything. If not for the festival, the truth will be kept hidden. I thank the gods for vindicating me. Uchenna and the others were on their way to the king's palace when Onyinye's brothers came unto them and tried to attack Uchenna, but the guards stopped them. On the king's order, no one is to touch or harm Uchenna. Instead, they followed him to the palace to see what this is all about. Other villagers followed suit. In the king's palace, Uchenna apologized to Onye's family. "I really love Onye, that I was ready to do anything for her. I didn't want to dishonor your family. Even if the deity has accepted us as husband and wife, I will still come to do the right thing. I must go to my village to handle my affairs." He asked if Onye would go with him. Yes, she agreed immediately. She looked at his face. "See how handsome he is. So caring and loving towards me. He's perfect for me. What if he goes and sees someone more beautiful and forget about me?" Suddenly, a voice broke her thought. Don't think too much. You are coming with me. I don't want other men to take what's mine. You will be by my side where I can watch you. This was exactly what she was thinking. They prepared and left. When they arrived Umunka, they went to the king's palace. The king took Uchenna to meet his brother. The first thing he heard, "Please forgive me, brother. I don't know what came over me." While Uchenna looked at him in disgust, the king shunned him. The guards took him out. With the other chief present, the king was going to pass out judgment, and it must suit what Uchenna wants. He is the one that was wrong. It's either he is banished or buried alive. What do you think, Uchenna? The king asked. Uchenna thinks this judgment is too harsh for him. He still considered him his brother, even after what he has done. What if he is stripped of his wealth and made to live like a commoner for 10 years? Thereafter, he would come back to take his share of the wealth. The king agreed to it. The king gave Uchenna third-fourth of their father's wealth and the chief title, while Iwedunobi would take 1/4 and can never hold a title in Umunka village. He thanked his brother because he would not have survived banishment, and burying alive, he cringed when he thought about that. He knew if he was in Uchenna's shoes, he would have done worse. He saw a beautiful woman that was with his brother and thought if she was his wife. He didn't ask anything. He was grateful for his life. He wants to make these 10 years his time to reflect and turn a good leaf. After everything was settled, Uchenna went back to Amafo to thank the king for his kindness and to marry Onye the traditional way. Uchenna became the richest man for many, many years later. The morals of this story is 1. Humans are not supposed to divide themselves into castes. 2. Fight for earthly possessions is just vanity. At the end, we will all go with nothing. And the last one, love many and trust a few. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment on this video. I would really like to know if you enjoyed it. Bye.